Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, some exciting news from ELYON. They have confirmed on their official website that the game is coming out in Korea in the second half of this year. Now, I know this might sound like a bigger ballpark, but you have to remember that we're in August, so let's say 2 months, almost 2 months of the second half of the year have already passed. We have 4 more months to go, and people, articles and journalists, game journalists in Korea are speculating that the game might actually come out at the very beginning of October for them. Beginning of October is quite a reasonable guess in my opinion. I would have also said the same because Koreans really like to launch their games after September, right? They don't really launch games in the middle of summer, and they don't really launch games at the very beginning of autumn. Somewhere in the middle is perfect for them. Lost Ark came out in Korea also in November. ELYON coming out at the beginning of October or in October is actually super legit, and it seems just right to me. They have just finished at the end of July last month their second and last closed beta test for the people. They tested a lot of things, but in general the main ideas of these two closed betas was for the first one to test the combat and how it feels and how people play killing mobs, etc. And in the second closed beta they were testing this large-scale PvP kind of thing, which of course includes combat, etc. Now, after the second closed beta, they made a poll, and appears that 96% of the Korean people who have actually tested the game in the second closed beta said that they would play the game in its current form. There is obviously a lot of feedback that they've left, in particular things about the combat, where it can be improved, and also things about optimization after the second closed beta, the combat feedback they had after the first one. So these two things, they're gonna continue working on them to optimize the game for these large-scale battles that they actually want as a core part of their MMORPG, and also to touch up a little bit the combat before the actual release. Now, their release in Korea is going to be an open beta version of the game. It's very popular and trendy these days, especially in Asia, to do open beta instead of the actual full release. It's easier and it's quite legitimate for them there in Asia to call games an open beta and still work on them for the next year, maybe year and a half, before they call them the full release. I completely approve games being developed to a point where it's an open beta kinda, you know, full game, 95% of the things are actually 100% legit, and then launch it there in an open beta because it was developed there for them. I don't agree at all with these kinds of practices for the West, because the West gets games a year, 2 years, 4 years later than Asia does. So having here an open beta version of a game that was an open beta 3 years ago in Korea, that's for me is just absolutely shameful and quite frankly disrespectful to the Western audience. So I agree with open beta things there and work on them for a year until you finish it completely, but I don't agree with open beta here. So by the time ELYON would come to the West, I would actually hope that it's not gonna come in an open beta version of it, right? I wish you guys lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited to play this game. I'm very excited to teach you how to play this game. I would like that October would come faster, so I can have a little bit to do in the beginning of this autumn. But I guess we're gonna have to see when exactly is going to be the date. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm gonna see you really soon, and until then, take care and stay safe.